morning, madam.
Wisdom. How are you doing?
Fine, thank
I got the opportunity to see some of your works, and I must say the video quality is so fascinating, and your photographs to the effect is so great. And I would like to know more about um, how you go about your uh, career as in the photographer and the cinematographer. But before then, I would like the viewers do not know you, so I would like you to mention your name and perhaps give us your educational background, a bit of that.
you. Thank you very much. I'm Wisdom Edujitoko, and I'm a cinematographer, as you already know. I have a diploma in cinematography.
Oh, that's nice.
I want to be called Wise Eduji. That's the popular name I want to be called, Wise Eduji.
Okay. And your educational background?
Yeah, I have a diploma in photojournalism.
Okay. So why cinematography?
As I said earlier on, I love nature and I'm interested in the field. That made me to have more interest in the cinematography field.
Wow. Okay, so from what you just said, that means before you can be a professional cinematographer or photographer, you have to go through a formal education or an apprenticeship.
Yes, you have to. This profession is more technical profession, and the
Mm-hmm.
equipment you use are being everything is being written. You have to read and go inner part of the camera and even the software you use to edit. So if you don't have any education at all, you find it difficult. You
Mm-hmm.
may know the surface of the profession.
Mm-hmm.
When I say surface of the profession, you can know how to shoot, what you can trigger the camera to shoot and make this, but you can't know the basic setting. Likewise, someone who has education can use the same camera and have a good result than you don't have education at all. It's
Oh, okay.
better you have education. And if you're fortunate to have a good master, if I'm using that word well, who can train you, can also give you that basic, you will know some basic things. You have some basic things in cinematography, particularly the photography is the speed, the aperture, the ISO.
Mm-hmm.
If the person is able to take you around that area to train you how when you have um, an outdoor illumination, how do you set your camera, indoor illumination, how to set your camera. If you know that basic one without even having a formal education,
Mm-hmm.
without that principle alone, we can guide you to have the basic one. I just
Oh,
want to
okay.
climb up because when you go to the higher height of this profession,
Mm-hmm.
being it like being a TV production, you have a director will call for a shot of movie making.
Turning up to be a professional when it comes to photography or cinematography, is there a duration, like a fixed?
The profession is day in day out advancing. There's new and innovation on that thing. So, for me, to where I stand, I can't say you'll be a professional, but you'll be into the standard. But I can't be the professional because even as I'm talking to you now, before I go back to online or go back to net to check something, they have
Mm-hmm.
invent a new thing. So if you don't know, and someone if who is even your student or your trainee goes to know, the person is more professional than you. So I cannot say they're
Yeah,
professional.
yeah.
So it comes, but you can have, as I do say, listen, have the basic
Mm-hmm.
knowledge and the advanced one you build on it.
That's nice. I so I'll come back to this question. What then is cinematography? What then is it?
Oh, actually, cinematography simply means the art of photography and camera art work in filmmaking.
Oh, okay. Can we narrow it to a picture in motion?
Yeah, working. And above all, having God beside you, everything will be possible. And I also have something in my heart that be charitable. It's
Mm-hmm.
about for forgiving. When you give out, the more you also get, and not be selfish in life.
Mm-hmm.
Be trustworthy. This profession also comes with that sort of philosophy. That you have to be trustworthy. If you're not trustworthy, you don't speak the truth. You can't go far. I think those
Oh,
simple
okay.
principle is guiding me. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay. Um, do you employ any skills or techniques, special skills or techniques when you take your videos? Is there any special techniques or skills?
Okay, yeah. I don't employ external techniques as such. It's
Mm-hmm.
within cinematography itself have those collective technical this thing, techniques that comes with it. Example, it goes with lighting, goes with sound. So therefore, the sound you have to get a sound like a sound man, which is a sound quality man. So as we speak now, I have the basic knowledge in sound, and my men on the field also we've learned about sound. So we have that technical know. The way, like the extra technical, like someone that we employ is when we have a large um grounds for recording, like live recording one or this musical launching. You need to get a sound quality, but what if you have like this choral? We have the chance to record for Tema Youth Choir before and other choir. So they need that sound base, that sound light. It's not the basic light we use for our domestic distance. So that's where we employ extra hand. From that, we can use our normal technical wisdom we have about cinematography that they for the late Atames, John Mama, and the current. But I've met all of them one on one. Not that someone who introduced, like I've met them because of I was behind camera, and I have some one thing I will say that there's a power on the camera. You know, sometimes when you are interviewing some ministers before they even mention your name, because the power of it.
Oh, okay.
That's a great
That's
experience.
interesting.
And I can go anywhere with my journalism ID card. When I have accreditation, I can enter places that.
Wow.
I met people. I can't remember.
That is interesting. So, what theme or subject do you usually love to work with? Maybe weddings, you are more interested in that, or maybe
I actually love documentary, but it doesn't come my way. But domestically, I love weddings, but I don't like the word wedding. I'll say it on this platform. I like traditional marriage. That's our culture. So I like traditional marriage, particularly the authentic one. And let me chip in this one. I love Fanti's way of marrying. Hey,
wow.
proud. I wear traditional man.
That's nice. So, let's say you have a commission or a contract now. What are some of the essential tools that you cannot do away with?
I wouldn't exempt anyone. We need all. We need all to go with, because as we doing this interview now, when it's happening that it's raining right now, you have to go indoors somewhere. And you need to have to use light. So you can't go without it. You have to go with everything. Otherwise, it's not within your environment, like where you can send something, go to the studio and bring me this one. You have to track from your backup. You talk of memories, you have to get, because now we record on SD card, which is the memory card. You have to make sure you get extra. Everything has to be extra. If possible, batteries have to be in bunch, because you can go somewhere there's a power off and you don't know what to do, and you have to achieve the day. Example, you are coming way back from, I think you said Central Region, so Greater Accra, to do this, and you come and there's no power, there's no battery on, you lose whatever your.
It is
so you have to be well packed before going for any assignments. We call it assignments. Don't call it subjects. In this school, there's assignments. We are going to location.
I'm really learning a lot.
We say location. We are going to location. That's what we say it in general.
Oh, okay.
But when I'm going out, I would like tell someone else I'm going to assignment and come.
Okay.
When I say location to the assignment to the answer.
Oh, okay. So let's say you are done shooting your video or your photographs. What are some of the editing software that can be used for the post-processing effects?
For post-production, we have a lot of editing softwares. I can mention a few. If I'm speaking to you now, I'm not wondering if they can still invent new ones. We have the Adobe Premiere, we have the Final Cut, we have the Pinnacle, we have the Power Director, the Cyber Power Director. Yeah, we have a lot. I can't mention that. So that's a few I can mention. But that's what the basic, what I use. That's what I use for now.
Oh, okay. So, can you describe the individual elements on the camera?
Oh, okay. Both of them do say elements. Any parts. Make camera. I will just mention it. I don't. We are in Ghana, so
maybe we will chip in the
no problem.
when you are
No problem.
doing the video.
You are coming from the basis of education. I'm not coming from the technical ground. So you can use your this thing, and I'll use my technical. The camera have a lot of parts.
Okay.
As I've been mentioning, all of the parts are very important. Here I open. This is Canon 60D, as you can see right here. Yeah, this is the manual ring. So you can see several settings here. The M here means manual, means the camera is solely on manual. And when you come to the P, it means it's on program. And you can see a sign of a visual camera, it's a video camera. And what you see here is the viewfinder. This is where you watch before you can see the image, take shots of. And the most important part of the camera that I call is the lens. Here's the lens, and here's the lens cap, and I open the lens. So you don't play with the lens. You have to use a very smooth cut in particular. You have a special material to clean the lens. You use one as such. So this is a part of the lens, and always the lens should be locked to keep it safe. And here, what we have here is the internal flash of the camera. So basically, this is a few parts I can mention now. We have a lot. You can see here the lights here, the power on and off, the playback, the manual, this thing, and a lot of things on the camera. Here you can see the zoom in, zoom out of the camera, a lot into it. And when on the camera and go internally, you see a lot of the part functioning in it. I think this is the basic part I can mention about the camera for now. Here's the stabilizer of the lens. The lens has its own stabilizer. It has to always be on so it will help you have a stable shot. You have the auto, that's AF means autofocus, and MF is what? Manual focus. The all important parts. When your camera is on MF, which is the manual focus, and you don't focus very well, but you don't have a sharp quality. And then the lenses also ranges. You have the 18 to 140 and other things. There are a lot into it. The most essential part of the camera is the lens. The lens is the eye of the camera.
Okay.
I train a lot of people and I tell them that you can't jeopardize the lens. The lens is like how we have the mirror. You know, the mirror has a coat, like this is some coater on it. When it's removed, you can't reflect on by itself. The lens have more quality than the mirror does. So the lens has to be taken care of. So is the most important part of the camera. And the lens can speak much. If the camera is even down low, I mean, I thought of down is like a low rate of a camera, but the lens is very quality. You can get the quality shots of someone who have the highest camera.
Wow.
So the lens is the most important thing. So we can have the old camera, but have multiple lenses. You go far.
Okay, so without the lens, there is no camera.
No. It's like you walking without your eye.
Wow.
Walking without your eye.
Okay.
You'll be walking, no, but I can't see. You're walking, but you can't see. You can be walking, but you can't see.
No, okay. You said earlier that you've met.
Yeah.
You said earlier that you've met quite prominent people because of this profession.
Yeah.
If I may ask, have you done any exhibition or publication?
I've never really done exhibition, but I think this online, and sometimes I'll be called for bidding of a contract, and you have to send some projects for them. That's all that I do. The exhibition I can boast of is that I had a contract at Ago TV, Global Festival. That's where I executed my profession for the way to be seen. Like, this is what I can do, because I know Ago TV production goes far. And also some of production have been playing on air.
Wow.
That's a private production, not a media side, or like a personal production have been playing on. And I've done a lot of commercials too. I've playing festival commercials, some product commercials, and a little musical clips, you know.
Wow.
I shoot the musical clips, a little of them. Some artists are not in the system, some also are. And most of the times I go behind being assistant camera for some productions, which is not my main contract, but I go there. So that's what I can do. So, but going to exhibition on cinematography, I haven't.
Oh, okay. So how long have you practiced this profession?
I completed since 99.
Whoa.
I thought at Fufu at this I got the teacher, and within that time I started learning. So
wow.
the time of learning and now is 21 years.
Wow. That's impressive. From the number of years that you practice this profession, is there any artwork that is your favorite? Because I know you've done a lot of works. Is there one that is still fresh in your mind? You can't take your eyes off it.
Yeah, I would say yes because they are all good, my favorites, but I
Mm-hmm.
have from one particular two that I do remember. It was a wedding, pre-wedding shoot,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, by the grace of God, once people come to me for such a contract, I have that reason to like create something behind the normal thing we do. So I do tell them, let's shoot three
Mm-hmm.
shots and all that thing. So how do you met your partner? I have to do some questionnaires for them and send. There was one lady called Mami. So she claims she met the guy in university and the guy taught her like she was lacking for some subject. The guy taught her, so
Oh, okay.
that's what made it to fall in love with the guy. So I concluded fine, then fine. Let me create this how do you call it concept by he trying to teach you whilst you want to make it. So we went to Matayako, and that is why I'm so proud of that projection. I went alone and I drew the concept that very day and I achieved it
Wow.
that day. So we
Wow.
went there and I had to get a blackboard, make sure the guy tried to teach, and I like the girl was, I said she was stressful, she was tired, not, and the guy brought her water. We're taking
Hey.
the water like and I click here. And if I show you that particular
Wow.
video, when you see it, every day when I watch it myself, I say no, Charlie, why are they? Because it was one day that's created it. There was one recent time we did with my colleague Michael. The guy's a soldier who said he want to get a pre-shoot, a similar scenario, want to get a
Mm-hmm.
pre-shoot and he want to go and make this thing. Fetch the lady should go and fetch water from the riverside and when she's passing
Hey.
and a lot of stories. So I told Michael, this thing, let's do it like the lady is just after fetching the water, walking on the road and they met and nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we are on the way going and that's the when that came. Michael said, why don't you use those farmers and just created it there. The farmers,
Wow.
I went to talk to the farmers and we just made this. So, like those two things and this, and this finally, so a funeral we shot at Gefia.
Mm-hmm.
That funeral, I saw a lot of my colleagues, cameramen, and there a lot of cameras because I see it's a prominent chief. So people came from different, but the one who contacted me, trusting me, so I also tried to
Mm-hmm.
deliver. After this scene, I went behind the scene, went and interviewed all the kingmakers around this in the chief.
Wow.
So my funeral wasn't a normal funeral shoot, but a documented funeral shoot. So
Wow.
I had the plus then, as I'm talking is still now. People have been going to that town to shoot, but my shot was unique.
Wow. That is interesting. Wow. So you said that during the funeral you had a lot of cameramen there. How do you relate? Is it a competition or how is it like?
Yeah, you mentioned competition, but at the end of the day, we are not going to pour our video in one basket. We're going
Okay.
to watch it differently. So I was of myself. We know our team, and my team that I've worked with,
Mm-hmm.
only some few of them that I relate them back. Those who are like confined in, we know even our eye angles know what we are telling ourselves. So we're confident on the food. We know what we were doing. We
Okay.
knew what we were about doing. It's not about rushing. It's about
Mm-hmm.
getting the angle work, getting your camera setting work,
Mm-hmm.
getting your focus on point. You do your shooting, we go. So we were on track, and
Wow.
people were running. And there's one thing I'll say: people tell people that when I'm shooting, I do frown my face, and I do that one. I'll say on this platform. I don't know how better to go that. I just trying to be focused and be, I don't know, that's the word, focus on my job.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to be distracted. So that's why more times my mom and but like I just have to
Be focused.
more do there.
Eyes on what
Yeah, so
you are
people say and I'll
directing.
but people do say that but it's not about I'm the one of the lowest people to mingle with. But when it comes to job, be my wife, my wife, when I'm working,
That is serious business.
yeah, I mean business.
Wow. So, do you? I know every work comes with challenges and difficulties. Do you experience some? Oh.
Oh, a lot, experience a lot. Sometimes when you go for a location and the failure of camera trying to disappoint you, so other
Mm-hmm.
failure. And secondly, memory card, particularly the
Mm-hmm.
system now. And I had one difficult one. We closed from an assignment. When we come in, I don't know how it happened. My colleague that went, we couldn't pack the things, and the memory card got lost. Up to date,
Oh.
can't see memory card. Sometimes you get this virus trying to attach your memory card, and a lot of things. And the worst part is that this job, I want to say that I'm trying my best to come low to my people around me, but they don't like paying. That's one problem that we're facing. You do production and they don't pay. It's a challenge because your family knows. I'm a family man. My family know you are going and coming in. They don't pay you as you expected, and some of the production will be there. I have some weddings down now. More than 10 years, don't come for it.
Oh.
So it's much up. But that's the challenge. Most of the challenges that we're facing, and the government is also supporting us. The rate of things are increasing. Not all of this system that comes generation like the way we purchase our equipment, they're too expensive for to use. So we should attend to it. And it's a good industry that if the government pay attention to, even in our curriculum in school, they can chip it in because I don't see anything wrong when you train people with career listen and add photography and videography into it. Don't even generalize the cinematography, just the basic one. When the basic is out of school, you can go out there to the tertiary institution and advance it. It will help a lot.
Yeah, I think that is quite educating. You mentioned some number of challenges. Which one is your biggest challenge that you face? The biggest one that is really disturbing.
It's the financial distance. Because we need money. As I'm talking to you now, we need to buy more higher cameras, more higher equipment. The studio we have now, I'm looking at it, the lighting is not strong enough. We need gadgets, so it's a financial distance. And when you have the money, you can buy the things. I think that's a major distance. So and I need a sponsorship or financial support.
Okay.
And as I said to you before, I'm willing to train people. When I have those things around me, that like I have contracts here, I wouldn't take money from anybody and tell the person to train the person. No, I will never do that. And I never do this. Some people come in, I train them.
Wow.
When you are after learning and you want to appreciate, you can't appreciate. I'll do that. I can sit down on authority. I've trained people. I can both of that. I've trained for people from Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire, Togo. Not one person, two people. They can come in and testify that I've trained them. They are out there and they are working.
God bless you. You're doing well.
Thank God.
Thank you. Do you have a mentor?
I'll say this in someone will say that I'm joking, I'm saying that it's a fact that I haven't pursued any mentor in my life, but I happen to have a train with one Kofi Asante, he's a cameraman. I love him because he's so passionate about the job, and he's the best cameraman in Ghana and Africa.
Wow.
John Passa is my friend. The reason why they mentor me is that how have they been able to get to that top? Let me also try and do my small best and listen. And one of my mentors is Michael. He's also doing well.
Wow.
I'm telling you my mentor today because of a reason that I have with him that I will not tell him. He can't see many days. You're not going to me up so to me can't tell him.
Okay, so it means those people have influence in your work.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because the way they work, the way they work, and I'm trying to work with them one on one, and like let me chip in this one.
Okay.
John Passer did something in his garden wedding, trying to shoot the wife when the wife was coming. So I also practiced the same thing. I have a friend Ghana in my wedding. I used my camera to shoot my wife while she was dancing, when we were doing the dancing in the wedding time. And people gave me money. I was applauded on that day very well. I had photography to prove it. So that's one of the things that's
strategy there.
Yeah. So to a wedding day, the tension, and you take a camera and shoot you and your wife. How photographs here? So,
wow. Is there one thing that you wish you knew when you started this profession that you know now? You wish you knew earlier. What is it?
I can't recollect really, but I think there's the one thing that in life that I didn't know in early, and now that is shaping my life is to know Christ.
Wow.
It's to amaze the world that I'm saying this. I grew up in a home that I'm not saying my family are not Christian, but I wasn't that you will not be pushed to go to church. But Christianity has shaped my life a lot. I would say that I do say I don't believe in religion, but Christianity has shaped my life, and I believe in God because, like, the messages has transformed my life. Where I grew up from, my guys would tell sometimes when I go for location, anger will make me trying to slap people. But because I'm not a deacon and I look at that one, I'll
Wow.
just have to calm down. So that's what I would say, that if I were to know Christ from the beginning, and beginning to, like, I can say I had a financial open possibility, but the chilling was too much. Every Friday, me club, I don't go with club every Friday.
Wow.
So, like, Christianity in general, and I would also thank God for my wife too, because she has a person also like pushing me to Christianity more. I'll be going to church, too. Like, let me use the word, but going to church doesn't make you a Christian.
Oh yes,
No.
it is.
So I'll be going to church, all right, but I wasn't a Christian, So I think that's what, if I'm to say today, I've realized that shaped me. If I were to do have those things, Christian life in the beginning, I think I've gone far, but God knows the best. So I think I'm going up with
That's quite
it.
inspiring. Um, you said earlier in your submission that you contribute to the society. Can you just highlight few for us your contribution towards the society and Ghana as a whole?
um, Ghana as a whole, I wouldn't say I've conducted something like I know much, but like
Mm-hmm.
my small footages of story I've done
Mm-hmm.
on my media houses, I think has contributed total to the nation development.
Wow.
And but the society, orphans are one of the people that's on my heart. So I
Wow.
don't want to mention him, but I have gone extent to bless some orphans and widows a
Wow.
lot. And as I'm still talking to you, I'm not financially stable. COVID has brought inconvenience and a lot of things that I can't say on
Mm-hmm.
can't say on this platform now. But
Okay.
as I'm now, where I'm located now with my studio now, I've identified some old ages that I've attended to.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make it a little bit officially, trying to open up for some stakeholders and some um, individuals who can come in to support me so that we can
Nice.
go to the length of supporting them.
Wow.
And so that's my goal now. But I'll be doing it personally. And, and you know, one thing that I do realize that I don't know if everybody feels it, that spirit of having yes and no is real. Do it, don't do it is real.
Wow.
Because I had this experience that some early morning I was praying and God was telling me, give this woman 50 Ghana. This was what I'm talking about 5 years ago. I remember very well. Give this woman 50 Ghana. For 3 weeks I didn't give. The fourth week I just went and gave the woman 50 Ghana. And I had a call from a chief I was working for. He was owing me 2,000. And he called me that I was passing to them, so I should meet him at Nshekam Gate and take a check for my distance. When
Wow.
I came home with the check, that was my inner man was telling me. So when I say, see, my casa, no one said my inner man was telling me that God the 50 Ghana give, that's why you give that. So whenever
Wow.
you are touched of doing something good, just go ahead and do it. And don't hesitate. But when you are not touched, don't move. Don't do it.
Wow. God bless you for that.
Thank God.
Yeah. Has there been any regret of choosing this profession? Any regrets you wish you wouldn't?
It's just a simple word. The regret is that me miss Kasa and Penny.
Okay.
Because I see what people on different food. Yes, but medium. Me say the share blessed.
It will come. You are doing good. And God will reciprocate the goodness.
May show me body self looking good. Body way a family inheritance me soon.
No, I'm talking about your works.
And one funny thing is that when I'm under pressure, that's why I go fast.
Hey, wow.
That's me. If those around me can still do it. When I'm under
Wow.
pressure, like pressure, I'm super, I'm a media, and I'm here. But when I'm okay, but one day I'm not my phone. I don't know why I'm missing a phone on bonus. I don't know. So, probably my wife will tell you the same thing. That I need it.
Wow.
No, that's normal. But it will come surely. Time will
Amen.
tell. Time will tell.
Amen.
Believe in that one.
It
Time will
will.
tell. Everything all the time.
Amen.
And frankly speaking, and you know, I'm just gonna say, "Yes, when you're the baby, you be able to see dance with yes,
Mm-hmm.
you be able to know about and so it's a normal thing that is bound to happen. So I'm not in haste for anything. God's own time will make us beautiful. Yeah, but I'm on
Amen.
my track. But I know I'll get money at least.
You will.
I'll get
So
money.
be
I'll
it.
get money. Move on to two
Amen.
ministries.
Do you have any regrets for choosing this profession?
There's no regrets as such, but the money is not coming, so I'm the business, so maybe to continue to pursue my dreams.
Oh, okay. So if you are given the option to change your career, you would not.
No, no,
Or
never at all. I love it. When I wake up, I have to carry camera.
no, okay.
I don't really secret I take camera. My wife will tell you that when it's time to go to church, you not go to church. But I know they call you for, you know, they I'm on the number. I'm passionate about this. So I don't know. I don't think of yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you think it would be productive and educative to uh, fix in photography and BDT in junior high school? I mean, their curriculum. Do you think it would be
Yeah, yeah, very,
productive?
very important. It's very important to fix in. I'm thinking that our system of education is not productive because most of the things we learn in school was more of theoretical aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
But before the practical, before you come from school, you can also, in a way, by doing something to contribute to the system. If you don't
Yeah.
even have the chance to advance, you can be in one corner by trying to practice that one. And even there's one thing we don't know. Someone can learn photography of like basic DSS
Mm-hmm.
and go and write up tests and even advance on it. We don't know that one.
Wow.
People don't know that one. So I'm believing that when they bring it to the system, it will help a lot. By trying to get a professional photographer, not cinematographer itself, but photographer who can
Mm-hmm.
even have time to be training the children in some of their periods so that they will know how to set basic camera to take a shot. It will help them before you go to second cycle. On second cycle to be advancing down. Before you go to university, you have the basics, then you
Mm-hmm.
climb it. I'll tell you on authority that most of the university students now are learning online and carry camera and telling themselves they're photographers. They
Yeah.
come to the knowledgeable knowledge in cinematography, they don't have this.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have the basics, but they have the just camera setting and shooting. When it comes to I to meet those people on the field to shoot traditional marriage,
Mm-hmm.
I'll give a result that they cannot give something close to me. If I'll give them
Wow.
a 95% to 60% interval because they know how to set camera and shoot. But the important shot and the angle to take, no, they can't compete.
Wow.
And seriously.
So what is your take on the senior high school visual arts um, curriculum? Do you think that they coming out from the senior high school uh, visual arts, let me put it that
Yeah.
way, do you think they are productive when it comes to the practical aspects?
They are not productive. I'll say that on authority because even you don't have the computers even to do basic computer arts. You can get softwares that can help you to have your manual work done.
Mm-hmm.
But in the second cycle, you don't have those access to those things and like before they come out from school, before if the person is really serious, will come to
Mm-hmm.
someone who has that knowledge, know how to even go to computer classes to have access to know even common painting on this thing, common painting with the PC. It's something basic that second cycle you should know before you come out. But
Mm-hmm.
they don't know because the accessibility is not there. They don't have the access to the those guys to do. So there are all challenges that they have to make this thing. And I'm advancing on this thing that educationists should come out and let us come together
Mm-hmm.
and bring our words. Because we have to run a country on our own.
Mm-hmm. That's really educative. So my last question will be how you see yourself in the. Thank you.
But full technical student are okay, but full. Ah, do I say that? In fact, I didn't go say, my education for manage education. I can't really. I mean,
I'm
come
not
on.
sure he didn't
My
capture
main
it.
count, my main count, my main count. He's a victim to that thing. He's a victim to that.
Wow.
Also a victim. When we go, you're going to see the art he has done to me, and he has done for one CEO here. You
Hey.
see the art. Outfit square about new Photoshop. It's always some Photoshop anymore. Okay. So we need more practical to blend with the theory from our basic to the second cycle to help our future leaders to know all the technical details. This country cannot be built based on the administration alone. You need the technical men to also to help build this country. It will interest you to know that country like Philippines, the Thailand, some of them, they have nothing. Only they are based on photography. And they are advancing the country. I heard something that I know is true that their prisoners come into Ghana and come and do Photoshop editing and take back the money to their country. They train them photography in the prison. So when they have that amnesty to leave for some time and come, like to leave them to go, they will take their passport and let them come to Ghana because some of them have offices here. Then they come and work for the system for some time before they go back. And that money was back to the country. So why don't our leaders need it? Please, our leaders, I'm not trying to be political here, but our leaders, take this thing from me. I'm a humble servant. Leave education for educationists to manage our educational system. Politics should be act for education. The reason I'm saying this is that when it comes to education, organize all the head of schools. Let them do their seminars, conferences, and bring knowledge, know-how to us. Don't sit in the office and use political this and come and be influenced the system for us to be this. And then we will end up by not getting a good result from the system. Please, Ghana, we will leave. But when our generation, what I come to base on, please, let's pay attention. The practical is most. Me, I'm ever ready. Me, I can sacrifice myself for Ghana Education Service for a year. World of Transport, I'm saying that a year. That if I'm have the opportunity to go and train people in photography in schools, I can go and give those training without taking any money. After the year, the emergency car.
Okay, any final words to the viewers?
Lifting us. Hello. Is the thank the Almighty God for how far He has brought me, and also go to you, Sister Elizabeth. Elizabeth, that I know for you for confining me and coming to me. I think your platform also giving me opportunity to also educate and educate and also being learned. Because one of the questions, it's been a while I've thought of those minds, And this is a good platform from Gary platform on BBC and TV before, but it's been on camera at least for interviews in a while. And my next thanks will go to my wife, my children, my friends, not forget Alex, he knows himself, not forgetting Jude in Nigeria, he was a student now, a colleague, for the detective, I feel, Eric, yeah, a lot. And those around me, especially go to Michael and Yaba. Continue to be loyal, continue to be good. We'll get there, we'll cross there. I've been telling everything every day that the way we are now being more as a family, you're not a student again, you are a colleague now in training. The way you are loyal and trustworthy. And one thing I'll tell you that I've been telling you that whenever I'm wrong, let me know, don't hesitate to tell me so that we can move on. And all those around me too. I'm trying to be principled. I'm trying to be principled. And if people are fortunate because they say, boom, ask the market, I do laugh sometimes when I'm out of my this thing. But thank God that thank God for my fellow Christian brothers. They should believe that we should believe in God, not in the pastors, and learn the word. And me, I believe when I talk to God here, not through somebody. So we should focus. That's my word. Like, on my Christianity, and yet when I meet God to I ask God some questions. It really means also and we don't hear me so twice or structure, but that's how the word I say that is patient in his things doing. But should not take his patience for granted. Let's be good. And also be good, be charitable. I believe in so who was this thing passion of giving they opened doors for it. And there's one thing. If you plant evil, evil comes to you. I have one sort of like philosophy that if you plant evil for somebody, before your life, God has left. You can't imagine anything. And when you steal this water from me, you pay on this earth before judgment day. Judgment is it's a plus. But on earth, you pay for it. Everything I do on this earth as a sin, you pay. That's me. I didn't realize me. Me, bano. My body be moment says, I'm not actually me. Say, reason, so I don't think it to be someone who is doing me. I go to my mind and see what have I done wrong, and I correct myself. And I also pray that all those have offended to forgive me. I'm a human. Function. You know, me entire bonnet. In my speeches, sometimes some people may have gone on so they affect you. You know, function. In the movie. I go on share my time. So I'm going to see what. And one more woman in front of me who say progress.
Amen.
Or you see them.
Amen.
To add up, Mega House Multimedia, Mega House Studio, Mega House Training College is open to all of your events. You can call on us. If you want to be trained, you can call on us. Our training is not based on money. If you are willing and ready, come. We'll discuss. The money is be a commitment so that it will be serious, but it's not the issue of trying to make it. So you come and together with medicine. It's good to get a hand job. If you haven't gone to SS, you can still come. I have a way I do it that I don't have accreditation at the Ghana Education Service yet. But what I do is that when I train you, I can link you to my tech. You go in for 6 month classes, you write an exam, and you can climb up. Other side too, you can go and write MBTI, and it will be based on technically like art. Then you also can write and go to university or polytechnic, anything else. So we are all together. We'll get there. Time will tell.
That's really cool. I will take this opportunity to thank you for your time. I know you're a very busy man. Your time for accommodating me, and God bless you. I would like to thank your crew, Mega House Studios, to the DOP Michael. I would like to thank you very much for having me. God bless you.
Thank you too for coming. We appreciate it. Our greetings go to wherever coming from the school and the management team. And we're willing to even when they invite us, we can come. All depend on the schedules. Thank you for coming. All the best.
Thank you.